Sprinting events are the most glamorous of all events in track and field, which is why there's also a lot of athletes that want to get into these events. If you're a new sprinter and is trying to stay one for the long run, then this is one of the first things you need to know. This is the number one mistake new sprinters make. Lots of new sprinters have no choice but to follow what their coaches make them do. Because of a lot of coaches out there being old school, their program for sprinters usually compose of the following. Lots of mileage for the off-season to get you quote-unquote ready for the tough workouts of the season, lots of reps of sub-max speed runs for the pre-season. These are things like repeat 200s with minimal rest, repeat 300s, repeat 250s, etc. And then gradually start introducing speed work and technique stuff in season. I'm glad that I'm actually starting to see teams steer away from this type of approach, but coaches that still carry this training philosophy far outweighs those that realize that it's wrong. Now, this type of approach would be fine if you're a middle distance runner. Then you would actually benefit from this sub-max approach to training. But we're talking about sprinting here, and for sprinters, nothing is more important than a highly developed top-end speed and doing lots of endurance and sub-max damage as that. Before we talk about how important top-end speed is, let's first talk about the number one mistakes new sprinters make: endurance and sub-max speed training. First, endurance. Depending on which event you choose to specialize in, as a sprinter, you don't run distances longer than 400 meters. Now, does it sound like you'll need endurance for that? Some might argue that the 400-meter runners need it. To which I say that endurance isn't the term for what's needed, rather it is lactic tolerance. I will link a video at the end of this one for that topic. Now on to the other mistake, sub-max speed training. More specifically, sub-max speed training in the off-season. A little bit of sub-max like 300s or 200 repeats could be beneficial, but should be done later in the season, approaching competitions. What sprinters should focus on, especially new ones, are only 4 major things for foundation. These are speed, explosiveness, strength, and lots of rest, recovery, and sleep. Like I said earlier, a highly developed top-end speed is the most important thing for a sprinter of any event. And the best and most efficient way to attain that is to focus on the 4 foundations mentioned earlier, completely eliminate endurance training, and minimize sub-max sessions, because the higher the max speed, the higher the sub-max speed anyway. Trackhead out!